What is up, guys? Dashing here for episode 528 of Community Universe Mode, and edition number 142 of Monday Night Fusion, the second episode of CMV's flagship show this season. It was certainly a hell of a week last week with the first Fusion NGW at Genesis. All awesome shows that I certainly hope you did enjoy as much as I did. But now looking into the future, the next chapter of CMV still being written. And we know that in 2 weeks' time, on the 10th and 11th of November, back-to-back first pay-per-views of the season, NGW's departure and, of course, Fusion's retaliation will be happening live. And we know that at Retaliation, of course, the CMV Undisputed Championship will be defended when Jacob Ziegler puts his title on the line for the technically second time, but really the first time he'll actually be able to defend it himself against his number one contender and the Game Changer Schmitty, who makes his season debut tonight against the man who also makes his season debut and his longtime foe, Percy Simmons. Falls count anywhere that collision is going to be, but that's not even in the main event for tonight, because in the main event, guys, we are getting another old rivalry revisited, because Andrew Briggs, who defeated Jacob Ziegler last week in a huge upset after Bannon had returned out of nowhere and attacked Andrew Briggs even, will be going one-on-one with former world champion Harvey Hastings. And even that is not all, because we are kicking off the show with the beginning of the CMV Anarchy Championship Tournament. It was earlier this week that General Manager of Fusion Yuri Sokolov announced Drake Dunn's Anarchy Championship would be vacated due to the fact that Dunn is currently on the shelf with an injury he suffered at the end of last season. And so Sokolov has said when Dunn returns, he will get a rightful rematch. For now, the division needs a fighting champion, and so 8 superstars been handpicked by the GM. And first round tournament match happening right here, right now, as Shay Hoxton makes his way down the ramp to the ring, taking on former Anarchy champion Tyson Cage. And this actually being a rematch from last month, where Hoxton defeated Tyson Cage while Cage was still Anarchy champion. Later on tonight, we have another first round matchup when Jay Mercer will take on Joey Diaz. And I have been told the other 2 first round matches will happen next week, and they will be Jaden Shadow, guys, taking on the returning Dallas Steel, of course, who last season on Genesis tore through the roster, held on to the international title for nearly 5 months. And the other first round matchup will see Malandra debut, a new superstar here in CMV, taking on Logan Hale, who certainly Shay Hoxton knows very well. Last week, Shay Hoxton, even though he'll tell you otherwise, costing Logan Hale a matchup against Shanaz Andoni. But here he comes, the former Fusion Tag Team Champion, the former CMV Anarchy Champion, bona fide movie star, and a man who is competing in his very last season. As he told us himself last week, said this will be his last season, as he will be leaving the wrestling world to focus on his movie career. But he says in his last season, his number one goal is to recapture that Anarchy Championship. And so here is his opportunity to do just that. What's up, everybody? A tweet here from Chris Sullivan says, I bet $1 Canadian Hoxton loses. Chris Sullivan, of course, tasting defeat at the hands of Hoxton at last week. Seems to be a bit salty, but betting $1 Canadian. Who's going to take that bet? See if Cage here can get that win back from Hoxton while advancing to the semifinals. Of course, whoever wins this match will face whoever wins the matchup later on tonight between Mercer and Diaz. But here we go. Referee Murphy rings the bell for our first bout of the evening. cheeky little jab right out of the gate by Hoxton, going hard in the motherfucking paint. Beautiful spinning back elbow and a kip up. I don't believe I've ever seen Hoxton do that before. Showing off some agility. Dragon screw, though. Tyson Cage going to go right after that leg as he follows through the kick to the chest and now a stomp to the bicep. Tyson Cage, don't let his looks fool you. Certainly, he's always had a very distinct look last season with that exquisite fit. Wait a minute, what? What the hell's, what? Someone's music just started and then turned off. Was that just a mistake by the sound guy? Okay. All right, then that was really weird. Literally, I know you guys didn't hear it because I have it muted right now, but literally someone's music just went off and then stopped. That was very, very weird. All right, well, everybody makes mistakes, right? Sound guy included. He actually makes a lot of mistakes, but here comes Shay Hoxton continuing the attack now. Irish whip off the ropes. Goes Cage. Hoxton waiting on the rebound. Gets a kick right to the midsection by the dashing one. Voted last season the most handsome man on all of Fusion by the women of ferocity. And look at this. Tyson Cage out on the apron and Shay Hoxton just telling him to get back in the rank so he can get... Oh, now showing off that beautiful chest hair. Interrupted, but now Hoxton with a nice vertical suplex. Dropping Cage hard down into the canvas. He will still on the live event. Stefan will make his debut on the live event. Predetermined in the main event. Who will he face, though? We'll have to see whoever gets the trivia question correct. Oh, here comes Vintage Hoxton, though. Wrapping his hand around Tyson Cage's throat and squeezing. This more a move purely derived from disrespect rather than actually trying to get a submission of any kind. Hoxton just looking into the eyes of Tyson Cage while clamping his hand around the throat of Tyson, but Tyson obviously not very happy about that. Nice stall by Shay Hoxton there. Takedown. It was Chris Sullivan in the production truck messing with the sound equipment to try and distract Shay Hoxton so he can win that Canadian dollar bet. Another belly-to-belly here by Tyson Cage, showing off some power moves, which is unlike him, but now going for a pin. Not even a 1 count found. Last time these two did battle, it was certainly a slobber knocker. Both men left bloody and bruised, but Shay Hoxton surely going to want to watch out for Cage's devastating Canadian destroyer. Whereas Tyson Cage going to be on the lookout for the 21 belly-to-back suplex. Into the corner now, Tyson Cage. Seems like he has a plan for Shay Hoxton, putting up on the top turnbuckle, high rank district, and this is not going to end well for Shay Hoxton unless he reverses, which he does. Kick to the midsection now. That seemed to take it right out of Cage as he collapses down to one knee, and Hoxton going to make sure he's well acquainted with that top turnbuckle, bashing his face in a good 11 times. And now Hoxton sees the opening. Tyson Cage completely delirious from those head smashes. But the 21 is reversed. Tyson Cage has enough wherewithal to see it coming. Oh, what a punch by Tyson Cage. Mamma mia. Enough to knock a couple of teeth out, I'm sure. And Tyson Cage just nearly advances to the semifinals of this CMV Anarchy Championship tournament. Oh, maybe that wasn't enough, but Tyson Cage looking to pull off something that very well may be. Oh, codebreaker. Double knees to the face. Vintage Cage thought he would go for the Canadian Destroyer, but changing it up a bit. And will it be enough? It will. Tyson Cage advances to the semifinals, taking down Hox in the process. Quite an upset, I'd say. I gotta say, that, I feel like something was supposed to happen with the music going off. And it was Logan Hale's music, by the way. I thought he was gonna come out here, but it literally played for like not even 5 seconds and then just turned off. Do you think maybe it was Logan Hale playing around in the production truck trying to distract Hoxton, get him back for last week? Well, maybe it worked, but Either way, in the end, Tyson Cage makes it to the semifinals. One step closer to becoming Anarchy champion again. We'll find out who he faces later on tonight when Jay Mercer takes on Joey Diaz. But Hoxton suffering his first defeat of the season. But if you ask Hoxton, he's going to be 9-0. I bet you any money. I'll bet you $1 Canadian. Well, Chris Sullivan is very happy about that outcome. So here we go. Show continues, and Nelly, I am very excited about this. A lot of people in the CM universe were rather upset, felt like last week's season premiere was tainted due to what happened in the main event when these two men, John Reed and Aleister Knox, were supposed to fight for the United States title, and they did, but Aleister Knox quickly wrapped it up by earning a double countout draw, which means he retained his championship and effectively took one step closer to making history, because tonight, if Aleister Knox can retain against John Reed, where his champion's advantage will not be by his side, he will officially tie Ryan Kent's record for most defenses of any championship in CMV history. Last week he made it 8. Tonight, can he make it 9? Or will John Reed make good on his word that tonight the only thing anybody will remember is that Aleister Knox is a former United States champion? Fact of the matter is, John Reed's getting his opportunity, his rematch, and it is Extreme Rules. Anything goes. There will be no countouts. There will be no disqualifications. Aleister Knox, of his 8 championship defenses, 3 have come via countout. Twice he won via countout, and of course last week it was the double countout draw. Aleister Knox will not have that same opportunity here tonight. In order to tie Ryan Kent, take one step closer to making history, as he said last week, he has got to beat John Reed fair and square, which is something that he has struggled with in the past. We talked last week about how John Reed is the man who ended Aleister Knox's Anarchy Championship reign last season at CyberSlam. And here's a tweet, guys, from Harvey Hastings. Says, so it's me versus the epitome of disappointment. Good. Harvey Hastings, of course, talked about his opponent for the main event, Andrew Briggs, but I wouldn't be so cocky if I were Harvey, because he and Harvey are 1-1. They've both beaten each other in the past, and Andrew Briggs even beat Harvey when he was world champion. Tonight, the tie will be broken. Definitely looking forward to that. And of course, we know undisputed champion Jacob Ziegler also going to be in action as he seeks to gain some momentum before his title defense against Schmitty at Retaliation in 2 weeks, taking on a former foe in Mark Intel, making his season debut. The Big Red Machine is back. But there he stands, John Reed, the former Anarchy champion, CMV veteran. Could very well be his final opportunity to get his hands on that United States Championship. Aleister Knox certainly tried to poke some holes in Reed, get into his head last week, talking about how John Reed is an almost successful superstar. He's almost won an ascendance. He almost became Alpha World Champion, but fact of the matter is, that's all he's ever going to get, almost close to the top. Can John Reed prove him wrong right here, right now? Well, I will say this much. Ryan Kent, earlier tonight, I bumped into him, and he said he'll be keeping his eyes on this matchup. Kent saying that if Aleister Knox retains, Kent is throwing down, challenging Aleister Knox to be his 9th defense. Kent saying if Knox wants to try to break my record and make history, he's going to have to get through me in order to do so. So Kent waiting in the wings. He's made his challenge. But tonight, Aleister Knox has got to focus on John Reed. And here he comes, as ominous as ever. His presence surely felt throughout the entire arena. The longest reigning United States champion of all time. And one step away from being put in the history books yet again. Very few men have ever been able to penetrate the defenses of Alistair Knox, been able to put him down. I can count on one hand how many losses Alistair Knox has had in his 2-year career here in CMV. Can John Reed fulfill his destiny? Or will Knox, as he has to so many other superstars, put those aspirations to rest with some censorship, that deadly deep guillotine choke, the maneuver that's brought Alistair Knox all the success he has acquired in his career. And here's a tweet from Ryan Kent saying, "Yes, Dashing, I am watching this overrated champion get beat tonight. Hashtag Knox loses." So apparently Kent's not very confident that Knox is even going to be able to retain. I'd say Kent should want Knox to retain so that Kent gets the opportunity to take the title from him. But I guess Kent is more protective of his record than actually getting a shot at the title. And interestingly enough, the United States Championship is the only title in CMV today that Ryan Kent has not held. So you know Kent has got his eyes set on that championship. He wants that championship, but I don't think he really cares if it's John Reed or if it's Alistair Knox who's going to put it on the line against him. But John Reed's looking to make it him. Anything goes. Knox cannot win by countout. He cannot win by disqualification. But again, up against an opponent like Alistair Knox, can utilize any sort of thing he wants to beat you. I would not want to be in John Reed's boots here tonight, but we know John Reed, a former Anarchy champion too. To be Anarchy champion, you've got to be archaic. You've got to be hardcore. You got to know how to compete in matches like this. So both these superstars are prepared to take it to the limits, I'm sure, as Murphy's going to take that United States Championship. 8 defenses. Will it be made at 9? Ryan Kent is watching. The world is watching. Here we go. John Reed. Alistair Knox. Rang that bell. Dang, dang, dang. And Reed exploding out of the gate. We know he was pissed off when Knox did what he did last week. All that trash he was talking. John Reed unloading on Alistair Knox. Mamma mia. Going hard in the motherfucking paint straight out the gate. Off the ropes, nice duck down. Goes low, gets caught with a clothesline though. Knox quickly takes control for himself. John Reed not going to allow him to keep it though. Back body drop by the Fallen Angel. Brings him right back up to a seat a million miles a minute already. Single underhook face pusher counter. Knox did not want to get hit early on with that. Might have been a game changer. Takes him down, another clothesline, kick to the back, dodge, counter after counter, tip for tap, reversal fest ensuing, 1999. As Alistair Knox digs his knees into the upper back of John Reed, then drops with that reverse DDT. First big move hit in the match, and John Reed is already reeling as Knox lines up the sight and looks to pull the trigger. Already going for a submission early on. Not his patented censorship hold, but certainly a pretty devastating Rings of Saturn being applied. John Reed looking to escape. Looks like he's going to elbow to the side of the head. And again, and a third time, sets himself free. What's up, Voodoo? You beautiful boy. Ooh, reel him in, DDT. Alistair Knox getting clipped. Kick to the side. Looks like John Reed is already working out a kink in his shoulder. That is not a good sign, but look at this. John Reed applying a submission hold. Modified STF Regal stretch type scenario. Irish whip off the ropes goes Reed. Waiting on the rebound with a bicycle. Knee, you do not want to get clipped with Alistair Knox's knees, man. That's his second biggest weapon. Those lethal knees behind the censorship. Backslide driver pin, but not even a 1 count. And here comes Alistair Knox right back into the mix. Jawbreaker goes for another knee, I believe, but John Reed sidesteps, and these two know each other pretty well. 1 kick KO by Alistair Knox, going to change the tempo of this matchup immediately. And look at Alistair Knox right on the attack, trying to bust open John Reed's head. What's up, Big Al? Up onto the apron, John Reed hanging on for dear life. Remember, there are no countouts, there are no disqualifications with the United States Championship on the line, but it's not false count anywhere, as it will be later on tonight when Schmitty battles Percy Simmons. Pinfall submission has to happen in the ring, but look at that, John Reed utilizing the environment like a tag team partner. Knox's spine cracking off the apron. Now it's Knox's turn as face first goes Reed off all those metal parts off that wood. Back and forth they battle. They can go for as long as they want to out here, but again, in order for the match to end, it's got to take place in the ring, and that's exactly what Knox knows. No champion's advantage. Whoa, John Reed! Whoa! That was like a kip up into a front flip. Well, it didn't do him much good in the end. It was pretty cool. Oh my good lord! Knee to the midsection, and John Reed falling right through the ropes, taking quite the tumble. Have a nice trip and see you next fall. Alistair Knox not giving him a moment's reprieve. Right back on the attack, brings him to his feet, gonna try to continue the dim. Look at this now, man. Knox is just so absolutely lethal. He doesn't care what he has to do to an opponent. Gouging the eyes of John and then stomping right on the base of the skull. Absolutely incredibly lethal. Back into the ring, John Reed, perhaps on a pure instinct, gets right back to his feet, but I don't even know that he is aware of his surroundings after that stomp to the back of the head. Look at that. Alistair Knox just throws him to the outside. Almost like Knox is taunting John Reed, saying, you wanted this. You wanted Extreme Rules. You wanted another shot at my United States Championship. This is what you get. And it looks like Knox now almost symbolically throwing John Reed out of the ring, saying, you don't belong in this ring with me. You are not on the same level as me. But look at John Reed. Knox getting caught up on the ropes. In La La Land, Reed from behind going to capitalize. Much like Knox did earlier, knees to the upper back into a reverse DDT. Jawbreaker creates just a bit of distance. And Knox tries to sink his claws in. I believe he just tried to jump up for the censorship, but Reed reversed. Reed thrown into the corner, tried to climb the turnbuckles, kick to the midsection. No, John Reed ducks another reel him in DDT. Reed gets to his seat. He knows he's got to work hard. He's got to go fast. Oh, goes for the vintage John Reed super kick. Bit slow, though, and he pays for it with a ferocious forearm smash, the likes of which I have never seen, man. John Reed just got his clock cleaned, trying to recuperate on the apron again, and Alistair Knox just going to stare at him, almost pitying him maybe. Now gets hung up to dry. Drop down to the outside yet again. Knee drop ringside, busting John Reed wide open. Now blood beginning to pour down his face. Another earth-shaking forearm smash. And what is this now? Oh! Dr. Teeth slamming John Reed face first right down onto the knee. Another forearm smash. John Reed is being turned into minced meat right now. Getting absolutely brutalized. Face first off the security wall. It's like Knox is giving him a tour of the ringside area. This is where the ring is. This is where the barricade is. Look at this combination now. I think Knox is just having a bit of fun, but that might be his downfall. That might be the mistake that John Reed needs. Another Dr. Teeth, man. At this point, referee Murphy might have to step in, call this match. Referee stoppage. I mean, I don't even know if John Reed's conscious. Look at Murphy literally having to check on him to make sure he can continue. Alistair Knox just continuing to do whatever he wants to his opponent here. Tying up the legs, a bit of a mini curb stomp as you wrench back in the arms. Knox takes one deep breath and I move in for the kill. Lateral press. 1, 2. Only a 2 count though. Stomp to the upper back. What is this that Knox is going for? Many different submissions that Knox has been applying throughout this match. Has yet to actually attempt to lock in censorship, but working on the leg there of John Reed. John Reed! Oh, went for a super kick again, but missed! And that, I believe, may have been the last shot. Wow! Holy shit, that was awesome. And look at John Reed go, man. It's all on the line. Like I said, Reed is going to pour his heart and soul into that ring tonight. Up against the ropes. Slingshot sends Knox flying back towards the ring. Brings him to a vertical base. Tries to kick out the leg. Knox catches him with an elbow stamp to the knee, though. Up against the ropes. Knox out just throwing haymakers. John Reed on spaghetti legs, collapsing. Nice takedown. Alistair Knox right back up, though. Short arm shoulder block. And now Alistair Knox channeling whatever energy he may have left. John Reed, I don't even know if he has any idea where he is right now. Knife edge chop. Forearm smash clothesline. Modified face buster. And into the pin. Will that do it? 1, 2. Oh, man. Only a 2 count now. Alistair Knox, you got to imagine now, is getting a bit frustrated. Camel clutch being applied. Why all these different submissions? Why not the censorship? I don't know. Maybe Knox trying to prove he doesn't have to use the censorship in order to win. This camel clutch might do it. Now just releasing the hold. John Reed wouldn't tap. Going for the pin, though. Maybe passing out from the pain. 1, 2. No. Knox can't seem to believe beginning to argue with referee Murphy here, but Knox has got to stay focused, and that's exactly why. John Reed pops up short arm clothesline. The blood beginning to encompass Reed's entire face. Reed with the super kick. Oh my God, again misses it. 3rd time that he has gone for that super kick. Look at the blood all over Knox's hands at this point. And Knox going up high, something we rarely ever see him do. Elbow drop, but Reed saw it coming. That veteran instinct kicking in, moves out of the way. Elbow to the side of the head, elbow to the side of the head again. I don't even know if Knox can see at this point. Headbutt to the back of the head. Half hat suplex, just tossing him across the ring. 1, 2. Just a 2 count still. And Knox just cannot believe it. But here we go. The final death blow to be dealt. Alistair Knox on the prowl, looking to sink his teeth into the kill. Censorship locked in. No rope breaks. And John Reed is forced to submit. 9 successful defenses. Alistair Knox has officially tied Ryan Kent for the record. And look at that, Alistair Knox getting the hell out of Dodge. John Reed is livid. Attacking referee Murphy. Now that's just uncalled for. That is just completely uncalled for. John Reed attacking the referee. In the frustration of his loss. Absolutely uncalled for. Well, hopefully Murphy can regain his composure, because the next matchup on its way. What the hell? I know John Reed is frustrated. I know he just lost out on a huge opportunity. That was completely and utterly not necessary on the part of Reed. Well, nevertheless, Alistair Knox has officially tied Ryan Kent 9-9. And now I believe the fateful match has been set, because Ryan Kent threw down the challenge earlier tonight. He wants to be that 9th defense. Or rather, 10th defense, I should say. For Alistair Knox, he wants to be the one to try to stop the dominant reign of the Ominous One. Will Alistair Knox accept that challenge, though? We'll have to wait and see. Right now, he might have to worry about dodging John Reed. But nonetheless, guys, the show must go on, and we've still got a lot to get to, including Schmitty and Percy Simmons, one-on-one falls count anywhere. Mark Intel and Jacob Ziegler battling. Our main event, Andrew Briggs and Harvey Hastings step toe-to-toe to break their tie once and for all. But right now, we are about to see the rivalry that's been budding between the Undead and Jason Spade add another chapter. Last week, Jason Spade knocked off Bloody Justice. Tonight, he takes on the towering Inferno, the Gargoyle of Destruction known as Damien. And obviously, Jason Spade severely outnumbered when it comes to being up against the undead, as Damien always having Bloody Justice and Pandora out his back, but it seems like Damien has decided to leave his comrades backstage and deal with this on his own. The 7-foot-tall, 300-plus-pound monstrosity who dominated Fusion all of last season, voted Newcomer of the Year, former Trios champion. The Lansenberg Laboratory. Maybe we'll see a Lansenberg Laboratory. I mean, it's certainly going to be quite the test for Jason Spade, lifted up 300-plus pounds for the Lansenberg lobotomy. Damien always a very spine-curdling force as he enters the ring. And this is going to be an age-old situation, David versus Goliath, because Jason Spade, the smallest active competitor on the Fusion roster compared to Damien, who is the biggest. But still, Jason Spade does not back down, and that's something you have to admire. However, is he making a mistake? Not having any backup in this war he's setting to rage against the undead. What's up, Jacob? It is nice. So here we go. We'll see if Spade has what it takes. Yes, he took down Bloody Justice last week, but even that was a test for him. It was a very close bout, and Bloody Justice certainly more his size. Does Spade have what it takes to topple the giant? We are about to find out right now. Damien. Jason Spade in our third match of the evening. Referee Murphy luckily is back to his feet after being attacked by John Reed following the last match. And look at that, immediately evading Damien. That's certainly the advantage Spade is going to have here against the gargantuan Gargoyle of Destruction. Is his speed, and he's going to have to utilize that. Look at that, DDT, and Damien's getting right back to his feet. Oh my God, they are literally the same size while Damien's down on his knee. That is amazing. Go behind Damien with a single knee gutbuster, takes Spade down. Now just beginning to tear into Spade, doesn't last long. Arm drag up onto one knee. Big kick to the arm. I believe that was intended for the head, but Damien just so big and burly, you really just gotta throw shots whenever you can at him and hope they hit something important. Knocked down to the outside. Damien hurting for certain right now. Dodging that strike now. Damien charging. Got caught with that European uppercut, though, running full force right into it. Damien returns to the ring, not wanting to risk a count-out loss, of course, which if I were Spade, I'd probably try to take a count-out win. It might be the only way you can beat someone the size of Damien. And Damien's only ever been defeated a handful of times throughout his CMV career. Certainly slayed many more. Who the hell? What? Oh my God, what? Is that Chris Proudfoot? What the hell? Chris Proudfoot rushing the ring and attacking Damien. The match has been called disqualification. What the hell is Chris Proudfoot doing here? Jason Spade just standing and watching. What the hell? Chris Proudfoot coming to the aid of Jason Spade. And now Damien retreating as the numbers are against him. Well, I said Jason Spade is going to need a helping hand if he plans on going to war with the undead. But I wouldn't expect Chris Proudfoot to be the one to show up. Proudfoot and Spade in the same ring as Damien knows better than to try those odds, even at someone his size, not wanting the numbers game to work against him. Holy shit, I love this season. All these new arrivals. Chris Proudfoot coming to the rescue of Jason Spade. And even though Damian did pick up the win via disqualification, you know that's a message sent. Like I said, even someone the size of Damian knows better than to test those odds. As he retreats, surely going to discuss what comes next with Bloody Justice and Pandora. Man, shit just continues to happen here on Fusion. And up next, we're about to see what happens next in the CMV Anarchy Championship Tournament. Earlier tonight, of course, we saw Tyson Cage with an upset win over Shay Hoxton after Logan Hale made a distraction with his theme music, allowing Tyson Cage to advance to the semifinals. Now we're going to find out who Cage will face in the semifinals, as Jay Mercer will battle Joey Diaz again. As I said earlier tonight, next week the two other first-round matches will take place, as Jade and Shadow will be taking on the returning Dallas Steel, and then the debuting Malandra will be going one-on-one with Logan Hale. But I'm certainly excited to see Jay Mercer, formerly known as Jay Money, of course, back in CMV, former NGW champion. The hard-hitting Jay Mercer, who not afraid to hurt his opponents, as was very apparent last week, injuring multiple superstars, including putting Pierre Thompson on the shelf for nearly a month. Jay Mercer definitely going to have his hands full with the hot commodity of CMV and Joey Diaz for this matchup, but a shot at the Anarchy Championship on the line. I'm sure both these superstars are ready to throw down everything they've got, guys. Still to come, a slew of pay-per-view main event-worthy matches. We're going to see Schmitty taking on Percy Simmons, Falls Count Anywhere. We're going to see Marcantel and world champion Jacob Ziegler toe-to-toe. And, of course, in the main event, Andrew Briggs and Harvey Hastings will settle their score as they go at it yet again. The Prophet, as he likes to refer to himself. Certainly taking his time, basking in his own presence. Now we'll turn it up. A fan favorite indeed, also a former NGW alumni, and these two have fought in the past. In fact, they were a part of a triple threat match for the NGW Championship sometime back, which Ryan Riley was victorious in. But the hot commodity, the Bunny, makes his return, and I am excited to see what he brings to the table this season. Very interesting haircut. I don't know that if I would leave the house rocking that, but to each their own. And I'd say that Diaz certainly can pull it off. The one and only, wanting to cement his legacy in CMV for either one of these superstars becoming Anarchy Champion, a step to something greater in the future. Jay Mercer almost like sizing him up before the match starts here. Well, here we go. First round matchup. Anarchy Championship Tournament winner of this will face Tyson Cage, Jay Mercer, Joey Diaz. Let's ring that bell. Let's get it on. And a tweet here, guys, from Adam Valentine says, where am I on this card? I came to Fusion for opportunities, but instead I'm buried beneath a bunch of losers. Hashtag conspiracy continues. Adam Valentine wanted to be showcased on every show. Last week, of course, alongside newcomer Dax Harris, winning a tag team match against the Real G's. And again, guys, 2 weeks time, Retaliation, Sunday the 11th of November. Fusion Tag Team Champions will be crowned, so every team here on the flagship show scrambling as of late to try and get themselves noticed by General Manager Yuri Sokolov. Man, I cannot wait for Retaliation. It's going to be a great pay-per-view. Schmitty, Jacob Ziegler for the world title. So much stuff brewing here on CMV's flagship show, and these two superstars want to be a part of it. Nice discus knee, tearing into each other right out of the gate, wasting absolutely no time. I think Ghosts is one of my favorite COD games, to be fair. Not the favorite, but I think my favorite of all time would be, I actually don't know. I would have to think about that. I really enjoyed World War II. I know a lot of people didn't like that campaign. I really liked it. I'd probably say that's number one. Ghost is up there, though. Ooh! Nasty clip right there by Joey Diaz. That enziguri. Mercer did not see it coming as he tumbles to the outside. Now taking for a little bit of a walk. Looking to use the environment as a weapon here against Mercer. I mean, I'm not considering online play. I'm saying I don't play Call of Duty online. I play the campaigns. I really like Ghost's campaign. I don't know if you guys are saying by campaign or by online, but a count of 5 right now, I'll tell you, might lead to a count out, which is completely viable in this tournament. One of these superstars can try to snag that W. Well, count of 7, Mercer's making sure it does not end that way. Diaz trying to get back to his feet, using the ropes. Mercer going to help him out, though, the good humanitarian he is. Ooh! There's an enziguri shot sent back by Mercer, followed with a crotch chop. Why don't you suck at this dick, says the Prophet. Joey Diaz has other plans in mind, though. Forearm smash from the apron, hops back into play, coming up from behind. A blue thunder bomb with a pin to follow. Only a 1 count, though. Trying to follow through on that punch with a open-handed strike now up against the ropes. Listen, no, man, these two, oh, that was a knee. I thought it was another enziguri. Knee straight to the face instead. Joey Diaz might need to make a dentist appointment when this match is through. Both these guys with the kicks they're throwing at each other. Ooh, look at that. Dragon Sleeper being applied by the hot commodity. Jay Mercer able to escape it rather quickly, though. He's grabbing at his neck. Seems like some damage was dealt. Irish Ripper to the corner. Oh, going straight at him. Forearm smash to the throat, it looked like. And then an Enzu Lariat, clipping him in the back of the head. See how hard these two are going at each other. What that Anarchy Championship means. Kicks out the knee, and a super kick right up under the jaw to follow. Into the pin. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Jay Mercer can't seem to believe that Diaz is able to kick out of that one, but he best start to, because gives Diaz just that little bit of an opening. Lining up the shot. Oh, right down the barrel with that knee. I've never seen something so vicious, and not even done either. Diaz looking to make Jay Mercer go to sleep. Knee straight to the noggin. 1, 2, 3, and Joey Diaz advances to the semifinals. Quick and nasty finish there by Diaz. Not even trying for the pin after hitting that knee, which I think on its own may have been enough to get the job done. But the GTS to follow through was definitely going to be game over for Jay Mercer. So now we have our first semifinal matchup set. Joey Diaz will go one-on-one with Tyson Cage. Next week, the two final first round bouts take place when Jaden Shadow takes on Dallas Steele and Melandra. Goes Juan-on-Juan with Logan Hale. I'm definitely looking forward to Diaz and Cage. That is going to be a good match. Still plenty more to get into here tonight on Monday Night Fusion number 142, though, guys. And it's tertiary main event time, and it is big match time. Because Schmitty and Percy Simmons are looking to break their tie. First tiebreaker match tonight. Of course, in our main event, Andrew Briggs goes one-on-one with Harvey Hastings. But first, rivalry that truly might be unmatched when it comes to the personal level this one has gotten to, with Percy Simmons going so far as to visit Schmitty's house last week and play with his son Ryan. I feel like that was worded kind of weird. Nothing like that. But Percy Simmons definitely trying to dig that knife in deeper, trying to get to Schmitty, and certainly it worked because Schmitty demanded that he be able to get his hands on Percy Simmons, and Percy Simmons open arms said, well, let's do it, baby, right here tonight. Falls count anywhere, anything goes. Percy Simmons, to his credit, not backing down, but the mind games may have been enough to give him an edge heading into this confrontation. Falls count anywhere, of course, meaning pinfall, submission, count anywhere around the arena. No countouts, no disqualifications. Schmitty's got a date with Jacob Ziegler in 2 weeks for the world title. He cannot afford an injury, but have his emotions gotten the better of him? I believe they already have. He does not get them in check. Percy Simmons going to deliver Schmitty up on a platter to Ziegler come retaliation. Of course, Ziegler's got his own stuff to be dealing with tonight. Going a one-on-one with Marcantel up next, but Schmitty told Jacob Ziegler, he said, Ziegler, you don't got to worry about me jumping you from behind. You don't got to worry about me doing any sneak attacks, anything like that. I want our match to be clean. I want it one-on-one. I want to prove that I'm the better man. Season debut for the Game Changer, a former European champion, two-time United States champion, former world champion, but Schmitty says that reign really in his mind doesn't count. How he got there, how he carried himself back then, he's a changed man, and last season I didn't buy it. I was a doubter, but now, after what Schmitty went through last season, the trials and tribulations he had to endure, I truly believe Schmitty is a different man, that he is a better man. And I quite honestly am looking forward to he and Ziegler battling it out. First time ever for that championship. Schmitty, you might not have liked his previous attitude. Maybe you even still don't trust him and don't like him. I definitely wouldn't blame you, but there's no doubt that you got to give Schmitty his credit where it is due in the ring. He's probably one of, if not the best in all of CMV, but that can be said about this man as well. The longest reigning CMV light heavyweight champion of all time, the franchise, the gold-blooded Mr. CMV. Percy Simmons truly skyrocketed to the forefront of Fusion last season. When the season started, really was just an undercard guy. Nobody really noticed him, but then as light heavyweight champion, he took that title to new limits, took it to new heights. Now says that he has surpassed that championship and that he is ready to put Fusion on his back, be the face that can run the place. And of course, Percy Simmons feels as though that it should be him facing Jacob Ziegler for the world title at Retaliation, because remember back at Battle Scars, Percy Simmons originally had defeated Schmitty via countout, but referee Yuri Sokolov restarted the match, and then Schmitty ended up winning via pinfall. So here we go. Schmitty, Percy Simmons, falls count anywhere. Schmitty had to get this match. He told Gentleman as Yuri Sokolov, I could not be on the same show as this guy and not be able to get my hands on him after what he did. I mean, to be fair, objectively, Percy Simmons took it too far last week. Nobody could say that what he did was justified. Going to Schmitty's house and you know, talking to his wife and playing with his son. Percy Simmons, like many other people tried to do last season, apparently, seemingly trying to expose Schmitty that he is still that man he once was. He is still a megalomaniac, a deceiving little rat who's only in it for himself, and that he's playing up this persona. Percy Simmons wants to bring that old Schmitty out, and I think he got very close to doing that last week, but Schmitty's going to try to make him pay for it here early on. Simmons is not making it easy, all over Schmitty. This is a tiebreaker. Both these superstars have been hitting each other. Schmitty at Battle Scars, and a few months ago that Percy Simmons had knocked off Schmitty while he was still light heavyweight champion. Ooh, shot to the midsection, and again, a third time breaks himself free. Looks like he might have put a little dink in that arm. Oh, what a DDT. Oh, he's about to put his head through the damn canvas for a moment. Schmitty camel clutch positioning as he just unloads with these forearm smashes right across the forehead. What's up, Bryce? Very rare appearance by Bryce. Schmitty there beating his chest. Not much in this world like a father scorned. Face buster. And Schmitty just rolling now. Look at that. Reel him in, neck breaker. Keep in mind, this match falls count anywhere. Pinfall submissions count anywhere around the arena, and there are no countouts or disqualifications as Schmitty locks in a bit of an homage to Bryce Hurt as he appears in the chat with the Hurt Locker, but escapes rather quickly does Simmons. Got that knee off to the back of the head, followed by a punch square to the face, charging to Schmitty in the corner, going for a back elbow, maybe it was looking like. Instead, a hard Irish whip to the outside, going to take quite the tumble. Schmitty, you see, quickly trying to get back to his feet before Simmons zones in on him. Murphy, I don't know what he's doing. Might still be a bit delirious after John Reed knocked him out earlier tonight. Simmons takes the fight back into the ring. Trying to bring him up to his feet. Grabs hold of the arm to Schmitty, arm wrench, and Percy Simmons going face first right down into the mat. Now going after the legs, tying him up, kick right to the kidneys, wrenching back on the arms, and a curb stomp to boot. Schmitty, bit diabolical right now. Trip up though by Simmons, never count out. The franchise. Schmitty having a bit of trouble with his legs, and that's not a good sign, especially for Schmitty, because biggest move in his arsenal, the old school Schmitty, leg drop bulldog. You take out his legs, he's not going to be able to hit that. I mean, that'll severely handicap, not only literally, but also in terms of Schmitty not be able to finish off Simmons. Forearm smash it up against the ropes now. Boom! Pop-up cutter. Yes, please. Absolutely gorgeous. And now while Schmitty is... Oh! Old school Schmitty! No way! Wow! The insult to injury, and now as Schmitty's reeling, Simmons looks to do the deed. One kick KO. Salt to the wound in middle of the ring. 1, 2. Only a 2 count though. Just nearly able to put down Schmitty. Imagine if Percy Simmons defeats the #1 contender for the world title. There'll be no argument that he should be next in line to face the winner at Retaliation, but Schmitty not going down so easy. Snap neck breaker. The game changer going for a big time closed fist to the jaw. Ooh, Simmons with a wheel kick. Murphy nearly getting taken out in the process. Uh-oh, and now Percy starting to dig into his bag of tricks. Dirty heel tactics, feet on the rope, and referee Murphy does not see it. Actually, it wouldn't even matter if he saw it because there's no disqualifications in a Falls Count Anywhere match, so Percy well within his rights there. Look at this now. Ooh, kick. I think from that angle, it looked like Schmitty was able to deflect most of that kick. At least it looked that way. Big time single knee face breaker. Schmitty busted wide open, man. Simmons is out for blood, and he's found it. Headbutt, though, right to an elbow to the nose. May have very well broken Percy's nose. The former world champion caught with a knee to the top of the head. And again, leg drop bulldog, old school Schmitty delivered to the purveyor of that very maneuver. And will the second time do it? It will! Wow, Percy Simmons knocking off Schmitty with his very own maneuver. Old school Schmitty a second time. And Percy Simmons, I said it. The mind games coming to the advantage of Percy Simmons. He got into Schmitty's head. The emotions too high for the game changer, and Simmons preying on Schmitty in this match. Absolute onslaught. Pitting the number one contender clean, and with his own signature maneuver. Well, there's someone that I'm sure appreciated the outcome of that match, and Jacob Ziegler, but Ziegler suffered his own upset loss last week, and we're going to see him try to get back on track, build up a little bit of momentum up next as he takes on Markentel. But for Schmitty, is there any way he can focus on Jacob Ziegler with Simmons biting at his heels? Look at that. Simmons knows what a colossal win this was. Playing those mind games to perfection. New School Simmons. That's the name. 10 out of 10. Well, hopefully that's not the same this time around. We don't have to wait to find out, though. Bit of an old rivalry revisited, these two way back when, years and years ago, when Ziggler first debuted in CMV, fought over the Anarchy Championship for quite a few months. Now, all this time later, they are both certainly in very different positions in their careers. Of course, Markentel struggling to really build himself up as a credible contender once again for the World Championship scene. Much of last season on Genesis, suffered many big losses, right when he got to the top, right when he was starting to approach that glass ceiling and try and shatter it, he was knocked down to the bottom. But this right here, starting off the season by beating the world champion, much like Andrew Briggs did last season. Or last week, I should say. Could do wonders for the future of the Big Red Machine. But Jacob Ziegler, I think, even more so after taking that defeat at the hands of Briggs last week, is going to be giving it his all to pick up this win, earn some momentum. At least after seeing Schmitty just lose, Ziegler knows that Schmitty is not going to be walking into the pay-per-view with a bunch of momentum behind him. In fact, Schmitty might be walking into the pay-per-view severely handicapped. There he is, the monstrous presence of Markentel. Always felt. Markentel slowly marching down to the ring, knowing that this could very well be one of the biggest matches in his CMV career. Now, Markentel knows he can beat Ziegler. Ziegler knows he can beat Markentel. But again, that was many, many moons ago. We just saw how Schmitty wasn't able to concentrate Percy Simmons getting into his head. Will Ziggler be able to concentrate as the spotlight is down on him? Spent so long scratching and crawling to get to the top. Now that he's finally on the top, it seems like he's slipping just as quickly as he got up there. Apparent by his loss to Briggs last week. Can Ziggler handle the pressure? And there he is, the pride of Scotland. End of last season, that boyhood dream was realized to become the face of CMV. The grandest prize in our company, that undisputed championship, firmly in his hand, but will it all slip away in the blink of an eye when he's up against Schmitty in 2 weeks at Retaliation? Still to come tonight in our main event, Andrew Briggs going to do battle with Harvey Hastings one-on-one, another tiebreaker. Definitely looking forward to that, but I'm interested to see right here if Mark Intel can make it 2 upsets in a row for the world champion. Retaliation is in 2 weeks, the 11th of November, not this weekend, but next weekend. Also, of course, on the 10th, NGW's Departure pay-per-view. Very, very, very much looking forward to seeing that. Gotta wonder how Jacob Ziggler feels about some of the talent down on NGW. Maybe NGW champion Cheesy Mass. Yeah, that's the future of CMV. Jacob Ziggler spent so long trying to become the future of CMV. Now he is at the top. Got all these people down at the bottom nipping up at him, and that's including Mark Intel. I thought Ziggler was about to leave the ring. He was like, nah, I'm out of here. Instead, just barreling down on Mark Intel with a big-time bicycle knee. And there's a ferocious DDT to follow it right up. Kick to the chest. Mark Intel, not so easy of a beginning here in this match. There we go. Back body drop. Finally a sign of life that's quickly dispelled by the champ with a short arm shoulder block. Ooh, big time belly to belly as Ziggler's going to get thrown right overhead, and Mark Intel beating his chest. Maybe a bit of ring rust from the offseason, but Mark Intel letting us know. Snapping back into it. Going to send Ziggler down to the outside. Eliminated from the Royal Rumble. Ziggler looking around like, what the hell just happened? Punch in the midsection. Sending Mark Intel right back into the ring. Not going to risk a cheeky little count-out loss, because a win is a win for Mark Intel, especially when up against the world champion. Irish whip, Mark Intel going off the ropes. Drops down. Ooh, what? Was he going for a leapfrog there? I feel like he was going for a leapfrog, but like botched it, and it turned into like a knee. That's what it kind of looked like, at least. Nah, I think that's what he was actually going for. Jesus, these knees, and none of them marking, I should say, knocking Mark Intel down, and then Ziggler tries a 4th time and just running right into a spinning sidewalk slam. That was awesome. Mark Intel just taking them shots to the face and smiling. That devilish little smile of his. Now just launching Ziggler out of the corner, clean across the ring. Up against the ropes and a slingshot. Mark Intel knowing how to use the ring like a tag team partner. First pinfall attempt of the match gets only a 1 count. Mark Intel straight back up to his seat, though. Not going to let it deter him. Kick to the back, and that just seemed to piss Ziggler off. There we go. Finally, 5th time is the charm. Knee strike topples the beast, and Ziggler taking a moment to admire his own body. I mean, it is a nice body, let's be honest. Give him credit. He's worked hard on it. I don't know that this is exactly the time to be admonishing his own physical attributes, but I'm not going to tell him how to live his life. The battle now back on the outside, and again, Mercantile with that spinning sidewalk slamming on the outside. Man, I think I heard the crack of Ziggler's spine. What the hell is Mercantile going for here now? Ooh, nice counter, but it just runs right back into the ring like, nah. Now gonna try to catch Mercantile as he's getting back to his feet, but Ziggler too slow. Mercantile the quicker. And now Ziggler gonna pay for it, getting dropped on those top ropes. Stomps to the bicep, and a man that packs so much force like Mark over him to stomp on a bone like that, man, could just snap into two pieces really quickly. Something you've got to watch out for. Oh, Papa punch. That right hand. Quite the slobber knocker indeed. I think that might have put Ziggler into La La Land, as now he's deadlifted up off the canvas. Powerbomb shaking the entire ring. Mercantile beginning to build. That offense in a stretch muffler now being utilized. The knee of Ziggler being bent like a twig over the neck. Look at that upper body strength of Ziggler though to curl himself up, punching to the back of the head. Time and time again. Ringing the bell of Big Mark. Third time though. Ziggler walking right into that spinning sidewalk slam. There's that incredible power of Mercantile deadlifting the 200 plus pounds of Ziggler up off the canvas. Just gut wrench suplex after gut wrench suplex. Truly an amazing feat. The lower back of the champion is certainly being worked hard. Rick the Eyes, Mercantile never afraid to bend the rules in his favor, but neither is Jacob Ziggler, so I'm not going to exactly say that that is unwarranted. Oh! Apparently Ziggler's done some damage to the lower back in this match, though, and Mercantile collapsing when trying to hit some sort of slam, backbreaker, Russian leg sweep, and there's the swag walk. Ziggler showing us he ain't worried. Couple of shoulder tackles. Mercantile, though, reversing, throwing Ziggler out of the ring. Thinks that he's thrown to the outside, but going on that lower back again. Ziggler to the top rope. Does not see it coming. Does Big Marky Moo with that double axe handle. Ziggler trying to rally the CMV Universe into the corner, though, and this is something Mercantile has tasted before. Vintage Ziggler going for that buckle bomb, baby. 300 plus pounds, ain't nothing for the pride of Scotland. That lower back continues to get hammered like hamburger meat. Into the pin, hooking that tree trunk of a leg. Will it be enough? No, it will not. Only a 2 count. Ziggler, hands on his head. Can't seem to believe it. I should say hands on his head. Now to the top rope. This is what was Ziggler's downfall last week against Andrew Briggs. Trying for that moonsault. Mercantile begins to stir. Maybe that's actually a good thing, though. Ziggler hops down, realizing he's not going to be able to get off what he was planning. Rink of the Eyes, though, now by Ziggler. Punch to the chest by Mercantile. Oh, Jesus. Good Lord Almighty. Schoolboy suplex. What's up, Dash? You beautiful little snack, you. 2 count only for Mercantile, though. That was a 2 count too close for the world champion. Cannot afford to take another loss like this. Heading into retaliation. And oh, to the top rope again, though. And Mercantile kind enough to get in position. Oh, Mercantile just sitting up. Ziggler's like taken off guard. Tries to just go for it. I think he was looking for maybe a brain chop or something, but Mercantile sidesteps it. Oh, and now going to where the sun don't shine, the nether region. Couple of knees below the belt. And another deadlift powerbomb. You know, back injury in wrestling is a career ender. That and protecting your neck is something that a superstar has always got to be weary of. And it seems like Ziggler has no problem continuing to assault that lower back. Oh, man. Stomps to the chest in a big time forearm smash. Maybe this time Mercantile will actually stay down long enough for Ziggler to attempt that picture. No, again! Just like last week against Andrew Briggs. Misses the moonsault. 1, 2. Only a 2 count, though. I think Ziggler might have to re-strategize, maybe think again about utilizing that moonsault, and that's why the bullhammer. 1, 2, no! But just as Marcantel thought he was closing in on the biggest win of his CMV career, Ziggler is able to sink in it. Retaliation on the horizon. I don't know. It might be smarter for Ziggler to just take the L, conserve his energy. Can't be risking some sort of injury to himself. And look at Marcantel. Obviously, the cogs are turning in the big red machine's head, trying to figure out what to do next after the bullhammer was ineffective. Now Ziggler's busted open, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Risking an injury on this match that, well, the fact of the matter is, it doesn't mean much. I mean, momentum on the line, sure. For Marcantel, it means a lot, but for Ziggler, it doesn't. Those bicycle knees certainly helping out Ziggler a whole lot in this match. There's a swag walk again. Ziggler's spirit never dampened. At least you could say that much for him. Fight now. Again, taking to the outside. Ziggler going after the knees, man. Every part of Marcantel's body seems to hurt. Man, how about that forearm smash? Oh, God, what is this? Ziggler trying to get away. Ziggler trying to get... Oh, okay, nice. Drop kick to the knee. Figured something out. Oh, my God. Then just running right into it like a goddamn brick wall. Elbow to the side of the head. Oh, how about that Samoan drop? Is the referee counting? I feel like he's not counting. Weird. Murphy just deciding not to do his job now. You know, nonetheless, Ziggler back into the ring. Oh, wow! Marcantel just pulling him back out. Obviously, Big Mark enjoying the fight here ringside. Oh, he's got dastardly intentions in mind. Oh, drop. Like a modified snake eyes onto the apron instead of on the top turnbuckle. He's got metal wood. Again, just running right out. You can see that Ziggler wants to get back in the ring. Really wants to get back in the ring, but Marcantel's just not letting him. And yet again, oh no! The back of Ziggler's head just clipped that steel step. I think Ziggler's done, guys. Oh my God. Third time. Marcantel, all he's got to do is stand there. Ziggler's just going to defeat himself. Oh no, again. Another snake eyes, man. Marcantel just knowing, as if like a surgeon or something at work, how to dissect Ziggler here, using the parts of the ring, the steel steps. Obviously, the concrete that lies beneath those thin pads. Now Marcantel satisfied enough to bring the fight back into the ring. Referee Murphy having to check here on the world champion. Not even sure if he can continue, but Ziggler, those precious few seconds he was just given as Marcantel was making his way back into the ring, might be what matters the most. Might be the deciding factor. Ziggler again going for the buckle bomb. Connecting that back of Marcantel. Wow, no selling. Right back to his feet. Now Marcantel Irish over to the corner, charging and full body splash. 300 plus pounds, just squashing Jacob Ziggler like a bug off a goddamn windshield. Wow, Ziggler charging Marcantel. Did not go his way. Oklahoma Stampede is what he got greeted with. Both these men, man, this has been an amazing match. I mean, either way, no matter the outcome, this has been an amazing match. Look at that power bomb, though. What Marcantel is well known for, his vicious power bombs. Oh, man, I thought that was it. I really did think that was it. Marcantel obviously did too. And there it is, winding it up yet again. Boom! Marcantel closing in on the win of his career as Ziggler goes limp like a wet spaghetti noodle. And Marcantel, you have got to be kidding me. Ziggler again drops the L, and Mark, look, even they know it. Biggest win of his career. Ziggler, though, uncharacteristically offering a handshake. I mean, after 5-star match like that, you know Ziggler's got to be in his own head right now. But he's not going to take it out on Markentel. Will this be the season of the Big Red Machine? I mean, if I can offer some advice, if Ziggler watches this match back and is listening to me, think twice about that moonsault, because twice now it has cost you a match. Last week against Briggs, now again against Markentel. Ziggler's not a high flyer, and there's a reason why. But that went for Markentel, man. Wow. Wow. Good for him. Yeah, Briggs didn't get a handshake. What gives? Well, Briggs can't be worrying about whether he does or does not get handshakes, because right now he's going to be in action in our main event. It is another tie that must be broken. Earlier tonight, of course, we saw Percy Simmons knock off Schmitty. I mean, the #1 contender and the world champion taking these losses, at least we could say they're on the same, playing field. One doesn't have more momentum than the other. They're both kind of in a bit of a slump right now. But Briggs, no doubt, still riding the wave of momentum from his win over Ziggler last week. Now going to try to carry it into this battle against the assassin, the psychopath, former world champion Harvey Hastings here in tonight's main event. Harvey Hastings, who of course did battle finally with PJ Moon last week, and despite a pre-match attack, ended up taking the loss to his newfound foe. And of course, Andrew Briggs maybe going to have eyes in the back of his head as well, because mid-match, Bannon, of course, returning. But here, oh, wait a minute! Andrew Briggs in the ring, ready for this main event match, and PJ Moon apparently is not finished with Harvey Hastings. The win last week was not enough. Paying Harvey back for that pre-match attack, PJ Moon putting the psychopath in the red zone already against Briggs, and Briggs is like, hell yeah, I'm ready to go, let's do it. To Harvey Hastings' credit, continuing on with the match, but look at that, Briggs showing no reprieve as he pounces on Double H and letting those lefts and rights fly. Bitch slap though by Harvey. I mean, I'm honestly not too surprised about that PJ Moon attack, considering Harvey Hastings and his attitude towards PJ as of late. It was Harvey who tried to take a cheap win last week by attacking PJ Moon before their match, and didn't go his way. Looks like not going to go his way again tonight, but at least he's going to try for it, not giving in. Hurricane running out of Briggs. Both these men have beaten each other in the past. It was last season, had a bit of a back and forth. Andrew Briggs even ended up defeating Harvey Hastings while he was world champion inside of a steel cage. I mean, couple that with Briggs knocking off Ziggler last week, there's got to be a serious discussion about Briggs being next in line for a shot at that world championship. But then you had Markentel just beat Ziggler. You had Percy Simmons knock off the #1 contender, Schmitty, earlier on the show. I mean, there's just so many people who could be deserving of that championship opportunity, honestly. I don't know. I don't envy General Manager Yuri Sokolov right now. He's got quite a decision to make. What's up, Mark? You made it in time for the main event, at least. And a rake in the eyes by Harvey Hastings. Following that through with a drop kick to the knee. Of course, we're going to see the debut of Harvey's son, Stefan, at a live event this week. Definitely going to be exciting to see how Stefan adopts the traits of his father in the ring. See how he fares. Don't know who his opponent's going to be. Interesting to see, but right now, Andrew Briggs just trying to keep this momentum building. And I was going to say, before PJ Moon interrupted me and made that pre-match attack on Harvey, Briggs has got a target on his back too, apparently, because Bannon returned after months away from CMV last week, attacking Briggs in the middle of his match with Ziggler. I mean, despite that, Briggs ended up winning, and I'm sure that probably irked Bannon a bit, but you got to imagine that it's not just a random occurrence. I'm sure Bannon isn't finished with Briggs just yet, but Harvey's got a lock on the King of the Ring's arm right now. Does not seem to want to let go, almost like an alligator locked onto its prey. Clothesline, amazing reflexes by both these superstars, but specifically by Harvey, shown there. DDT by Briggs, though, and that's a DDT that Briggs might use to bring him to victory. Again, this was the downfall of Ziggler last week, the barrage of knee strikes. It looks like Briggs going to try to use that alone to put Harvey down. 1, 2, oh. Got a little bit overzealous for a moment. Harvey definitely later into his years, but don't let that fool you. He's a former world champion, but Briggs doesn't care about that. Shining Wizard, followed by the clothesline. Vintage Briggs to the pin, middle of the ring. Uno, dos, tres, and Andrew Briggs again. Although certainly a nod to PJ Moon for the assist. 2 weeks, 2 wins for the King of the Ring. Briggs is looking better than ever, baby. PJ Moon handing Andrew Briggs the assist with this victory here in tonight's main event. And it seems like the blood feud between Moon and Hastings is far from over. And there it was. The Vintage Briggs Shining Wizard clothesline combo to close out this confrontation. Keep your eyes on Andrew Briggs, ladies and gentlemen. Last season he became King of the Ring, but in his World Championship ventures he fell short. But I think, don't take my word for this, but my prediction, this could be the season that we see Briggs finally break through to the forefront. Well, that was certainly a pretty awesome episode of Fusion. We had the surprise debut of Chris Proudfoot coming to the aid of Jason Spade and his battle against the Undead. And even though Damian ended up picking the disqualification win because of it, still it was a definite message sent by Spade, who I don't even know if Spade was aware that Proudfoot was going to do that. I don't know if Spade enlisted Proudfoot's help or if Proudfoot just saw that Spade was in need of help and ran down. I'm not sure. We're going to have to get... I didn't even know that Proudfoot was here tonight. But nevertheless, that was certainly very exciting to see. And then, of course, we had huge upset. Percy Simmons beating Schmitty, Markentel beating Ziggler, and a great win for Briggs and D. But we still have our live event match. And we do know that in the main event, Stephon Hastings is going to make his debut. So only one person going to be able to try and win the trivia to book any call they want against him. Actions. Joey Diaz versus Logan Hale. We can keep that. Shea Hoxton taking on Malandra, who makes his actual debut next week on Fusion, taking on Logan Hale in a CMV Anarchy Championship tournament match. We'll have that dark match, though. Why not? All right, I got to think of a trivia question. Let me think this week. What could it be? That's a good question. I got to have a fairly recent, not too recent, though. Think. Want it to be something good, something not too easy. It's too far back, though. Is it too far back? I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it a shot. I feel like people should know this because I speak about it from time to time, obviously, whenever there's an elimination here. But here's the question. I had to type it in chat. I forgot because people are behind. So, question will be, who won the first ever Topher? I know that you listen to me when you go to sleep, all right? You put in old episodes on, you just listen to me. Maybe I'll upload some ASMR for you, Topher. There it is. Who won the first ever Elimination Chamber match in CMV? Whoever gets it right first. We got Hayden. No, that is wrong. American Justice is wrong. Sane, who has won 2 chambers but did not win the first. I'll give you some hints. It was for the world title. This man won the world championship as he won the chamber. Was not Scott Norrie, was not Devine, was not Xander, was not Anderson. Listing everybody but this guy. He is, okay, this one should make it pretty easy. There's only 6 people in the Hall of Fame. He is a Hall of Famer. Who won the first ever Elimination Chamber match in CMV history? It was for the world title, and he is a Hall of Famer. No, Anderson's already been guessed. I said no. Yeah, Topher got it. It's Turner. Was Dave Turner defeated Hayden at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view to win the World Championship. They were the final 2. He went on to Ascendance to lose it in a triple threat to, of course, Kevin Owens. Good times. I can't. You guys literally guessed all the old timers except Turner. Literally the entire original CMV main event scene except Dave Turner. That disrespect. Put some respect on Turner's name, you know? Disgust me. We'll give him his papa in his corner. His little peepaw. Alright, Topher, who it gonna be that takes on Stefan? Excuse me. And here's a tweet, guys, from Harvey Hastings before he comes to watch his son make his CMV debut. Harvey says, "Okay, Moon, you want me, you drug-addicted freak? Fine. Retaliation, no DQ, except or I will tear your arm off." Yikes. It's bloody... I don't know where Harvey Hastings is getting those accusations that PJ Moon is a drug addict. Those are some pretty serious accusations that I don't know if they're warranted or can be backed up. So, see if PJ Moon responds, though. Harvey Hastings throwing down the gauntlet. No DQ for a match of retaliation. Excuse me. These fans certainly are ready for a spicy house show. So we've got Joey Diaz, who had advanced in the CMV Anarchy Championship Tournament on Fusion, defeating Jay Mercer, taking on a man who will be competing in his first round Anarchy Championship Tournament match on next week's Fusion, Logan Hale. So let's see who's going to get the victory. Logan Hale grabs that W. And now we're going to see the man that Hale will actually be up against, Malandra, who will make his on-screen debut in that very match. But here at this live event, bit of a dark match against Shay Hoxton. And Malandra gets the W over to old Hawks. As now we get to our main event, the debut of Stefan Hastings, as he will take on Bloody Justice, accompanied by his undead minions. So I guess Jay Hoxton is 10-0 now? Welcome back, Jaron. Look at all these people adding me as a friend. They have the same gamer picture. Are you a big Stefan fan, Mark? Are you a mark for Stefan? It's loading screen, though. Well, Stefan is definitely going to have his hands full for his debut up against former Fusion Tag Team Champion CMV veteran in Bloody Justice. And, of course, not by himself either. But that's okay, because Stefan did not come alone either. Former world champion, his papa, Harvey, is going to be keeping a diligent eye at ringside. Very bright. Very, very bright lights. But of course, these two men together, known as Voice Vindy's Bastion. Vindy, who has not been seen or even heard from yet this season. Keeping a bit of a low profile, it would seem, in the shadows. But the Hastings is still looking to do his handiwork. So here we go. Time to find out what Stefan Hastings is made of. And no matter how you might feel personally about Harvey, there's no doubting that the elder Hastings is a phenomenal in-ring superstar. Obviously a former two-time United States champion and former world champion. Now here he comes from the bloody forest. Bloody Justice, backed by his undead acolytes, Damien and Pandora, the Puppet Master. But of course, it was on Fusion that Damien went head-to-head with Jason Spade. And of course, Spade, who last week had defeated Bloody Justice. Chris Proudfoot rushed the ring as Damien was looking to tear Jason Spade apart. Now it looks as though Spade has got himself a partner as he wages this war against the forces of the undead. But tonight, Bloody Justice back and looking to bury Stefan Hastings with that old vintage Borton golden shovel. Very haunting sight indeed. These three make their way out here. I honestly get chills. So here we go. Stefan Hastings, Bloody Justice as Pandora. Having a little bit of a manic episode there momentarily. Now she retreats into the shroud as her and Damien take place at ringside. The young Stefan against the experienced BJ. Referee Poe gonna ring that bell to signal the beginning of this collision, and Stefan gonna take an early advantage kick to the midsection, followed by a simple but effective mat slam. Then a stomp to the bicep, stomp to the knee again attempted, but Justice gets back to his feet, gonna throw out a vertical suplex. Kick to the back, upper back too, gonna send shooting pains down that spine, but Stefan takes it with a grain of salt. European uppercut to get himself back to a vertical base. Tries to throw out a single leg drop kick maybe, but Bloody Justice just tossing it to the side like, fuck that shit out of here. Oh, man. Oh, man! Ricocheting out of the corner, and Bloody Justice catching the young Hastings with... Oh, what? Yes! There's a clap. Oh, man, I'm already a Stefan fan. How awesome was that? Innovative offense indeed, but unfortunately only going to deliver him that one count. Irish whip, Bloody Justice hangs onto the ropes as he's sent to the apron, but forearm smash, and Justice jumps back into the fray. Off those ropes now, rebound, belly-to-belly attempted, but Stefan saw it coming. Trio shots directly to the face. Very fast-paced, I can tell. Stefan is early on, much like his father, but whereas they'd say Harvey is not as agile as his son, I feel like Harvey focuses more on a more... Oh, did he just bite his head? Bloody Justice just bit... like bite his finger off. Oh my God, Stefan even took it a wild swing trying to get BJ off him, now just thrown to the outside. I was going to say, I feel like Harvey adopts more of a methodical pace, tries to dismember his opponents limb by limb, and then likes to finish them off with that blitzkrieg. But that blitzkrieg is really the only thing you ever see Harvey attempt from the high-ranked district, whereas Stefan already in this matchup has been flipping and flying all over the place. Irish whip off the ropes. Wonder how Stefan's finger is feeling. Might be bleeding. He was literally about to bite his finger off if Stefan didn't throw that punch. Forearm smash in the corner. Caught him in the throat. Ooh. Stefan's feeling himself right now. Surprisingly has the support of the fans. I mean, the sins of his father certainly shouldn't be dropped onto Stefan, but I mean, it's how it's gonna be. People don't like Harvey, so I think naturally many of them aren't going to like Stefan. Face first, and again another time, once more. Over and over and over and over and over. Well, Stefan certainly showing that rugged edge of his dad. Stomp now. Bloody Justice back to his feet, though. Throws a kick, gets caught in a front headlock. Just going to hold him there. Into the corner. Ooh, man. Big time clothesline. And Bulldog follows it up. That looks like it may have rocked Stefan. And if that's true, BJ with a high kick. Wow. I didn't know BJ was that athletic, to be honest with you. Sunset flip powerbomb, though. See behind that one. Drilled him into the mat. Uh-oh. Stefan going up high. I'm not too sure. Maybe going to try for the blitzkrieg. I guess we'll have to wait and see. What's that? Oh, no. Corkscrew senton, though. Took the plunge, and it paid off. 1, 2. No, only a 2 count, though. Stefan just a second away from a victorious debut. Back to the top rope he goes, and Justice still, oh no! Arms behind his back, tried for a body splash, instead got a gut full of knees. Well, the core of Stefan, I can tell you, hurting right now, but fighting through the pain for another sunset flip powerbomb. Bloody Justice, who's in a spot of trouble. Damien and Pandora forced to watch from ringside. If they try to get involved, it would cause a disqualification. Northern Lights suplex bridge to pin. 1, 2. Oh, I thought that was going to be it for a second there. Well, Bloody Justice definitely got to do something real quick, something like that to turn this match around. And Justice, that shotgun modified Samoan drop. Laying Stefan out, and BJ wastes no time collapsing into the corner. As now he looks to do the deed. Wicked blockbuster. Stefan is dropped, but look at Papa Hastings. Papa Bear helping out his son, distracting referee Poe, but it may have just prolonged the inevitable. Joy's Justice. Oh my God. And Stefan even a bit of an oversell on that. 1, 2, 3, and Bloody Justice tastes his first victory of the season. Welcome to CMV, Stefan. Bloody Justice clinging the soul of Stefan here in his debut. Despite the efforts from the young Hastings after that spiral tap. The beginning of the end, though, for Stefan was when he tried to go off the top rope again for a body splash. Instead, got a gut full of knees from Bloody Justice. This was really the last-ditch effort for Stefan, but did not pay off for him. Here was the neck breaker from Justice that signaled the beginning of the end. That alone may have been enough, but Harvey Hastings distracted referee Poe. Unfortunately, it didn't matter in the end. Joy's Justice. Stefan has been deleted. Well, my lovelies, thank you as always for tuning in and watching. I do appreciate you. And if you are new to the show and you're thinking about maybe joining, we are on Xbox One. And we do have a website, communityuniverse.4emotion.com. Exclamation point, join in the chat will give you the link to our website. Exclamation point, Twitter and Discord will give you links to our, you guessed it, Twitter and Discord. And I will be live tomorrow. Probably later tomorrow, maybe around like 4 or 5-ish p.m. EST for NGW on the road to Retaliation. I am excited. I hope you are too. And I will see you when I see you.